Living the second half of life, living peacefully and happily. In the second half of life, learn to be calm. Sometimes misunderstood by others, we should avoid arguments in life. There are many right and wrong issues that are hard to clarify. Fundamentally, there is neither complete right nor complete wrong. 2. In the second half of life, learn to bow your head. When others disagree with your opinions, with children, or when having conflicting conversations with friends, it's okay. You can engage in household chores like mopping or laundry. During work, you will realize your mood and thoughts gradually settle down. 3. In the second half of life, don't feel regretful. Life is a long path with countless crossroads, and we must continuously make choices. There are no opportunities to repeat choices, so don't regret. Sometimes destiny compels us to choose and commit to what we have chosen. 4. In the second half of life, preserve simplicity. Overthinking only complicates life. Living simply is actually a grace bestowed upon us by the heavens. Learn to appreciate the aroma of food, recognize the joy of exercising with friends, and enjoy conversations happily. 5. In the second half of life, become tranquil. As people reach a certain age, they naturally no longer enjoy noisy and hectic things. A tranquil mind helps maintain a healthy body and prolongs lifespan. It doesn't matter if our material life is abundant or meager. As long as our inner self is peaceful, we are living a happy life. 6. In the second half of life, sometimes be indifferent. There are things that require indifference, so let them be. If something cannot be clarified, there's no need to clarify it. If someone needs to pass by, let them pass. If you only know how to remember without knowing how to forget, only know how to calculate without knowing how to forgive, only know how to be clever without knowing how to be clumsy, then our lives will always be heavy and troubled. 7. In the second half of life, occasionally let go of yourself. Eat fruits, vegetables, and healthy foods daily. Don't try to satisfy eating desires by becoming overweight. In later years, we will walk with difficulty, knowing our limitations. However, we should not overstrain ourselves in eating. Enjoying all the flavors of life in moderation will make your soul and body more graceful. 8. In the second half of life, regularly bless others. How we treat others will determine how they treat us in return. Therefore, frequently bless your friends, children, and even distant people. Don't hesitate to give blessings when you help others. You will realize that you are being uplifted in your heart, nurturing joys. Live your life to the fullest. Joys and sorrows will pass. Spring blooms, autumn leaves fall, live to love and be loved. The things that should be misunderstood in a happy life are meant to be felt, not celebrated. Life is for experiencing, not for calculating. Love is for connecting, not for testing. Parents are for pure filial piety, not for demanding. Friends are for sharing, not for competing. Relatives are for caring, not for harming. Fame and fortune are for contributing, not for arrogance. Material things are for using, not for flaunting. Lies are for destroying, not for protecting. Trust is for assurance, not for pressure. Money is for spending, not for measuring. Wake up to a new day. Don't always cling to what's in the past, letting go. Don't obsess over what's yet to come in the future, finding peace. Don't dwell on those who have left, living serenely. Don't suffer over things you've tried but haven't achieved, letting fate decide. Don't hesitate over what's not available or unattainable, purity. Don't immerse yourself in the crowd to lose yourself, spiritual transcendence. Don't forget that your life exists with every breath, knowing how to live. Don't speak harsh words, loving words. Before deciding to do something, recognize that it will lead to suffering for yourself and others, and know when to stop and calm your mind, compassion. The paradox of people today, a virtual world is more real than the real world. Technology is increasingly developing, helping us connect with many people, bridging geographical distances. Sitting in one place, we can chat with friends around the world, access all information through a tiny phone in our hands. Because of numerous relationships and excessive information intake, we no longer have time for real relationships and real life. Family meals no longer involve caring inquiries. Everyone eats while hunched over their phones. Friend gatherings are no different. Everyone is in their own corner, obsessed with their phones, occasionally glancing up to smile weakly before diving back into their phones. The virtual world is more enticing than the real world. Nowadays, it seems that modern people don't know what it means to be satisfied, thus losing a lot in the process. Modern people seem to be so engrossed in making money that they inadvertently lose other meaningful aspects of life. The poor are considered wealthier than the rich. City dwellers have a higher standard of living and income, but rarely can afford to give the best to their parents in the countryside. Most of what they send to rural areas are old, unused items that have become damaged or outdated. Conversely, the poor in rural areas always choose the best to send to city dwellers. The fattest chickens, the biggest grapefruits and bananas, the sweetest jackfruits. Aren't rural people living more luxuriously than city dwellers? Fathers earn money to buy health. We want to earn as much as possible to become truly wealthy. Therefore, we always strive to work hard, working so much that days aren't enough, squeezing in nights, working 40 hours a week isn't sufficient, hustling to work overtime on weekends. Many people even use all kinds of tactics and tricks to gain fame and benefits for themselves. As a result, both body and mind are exhausted and fragmented. Illness finds the body without a moment's rest, causing blurred vision, trembling legs, dizziness, blindness, liver disorders, liver swelling, needing to enter and leave hospitals. At that time, all the money earned from hard work is spent on doctors to buy health. But can you really buy it? Patients ask their children to help with housework. Couples living together only hope to have children for joy, a house filled with happiness. Couples who are infertile or have difficulty conceiving visit doctors everywhere in hopes of conceiving. But once they have children, they habitually entrust their children to helpers for care, leaving the upbringing of children to the helpers. Meanwhile, we, who have given birth to those angelic children, are still obsessed with earning money, meeting our children for barely an hour or two each day. Thus, we neglect our children, leaving them to helpers to find joy and nurture. Birth children are not meant for us. What we need is a warm home more than a house. Many people have a settled mind and always want to own a house, striving to earn money to get their dream home. Some borrow money to buy a house, then work hard to repay it gradually. Even after getting a house, we still spend most of our time outside earning money, not at home. We continue to go out, struggling on the streets to exchange for a bigger house, buying more comfortable appliances for the home. But what do we need is a warm home rather than a large house. Are we stuck in which paradox among the 5 paradoxes of modern humans? True joy originates from inner peace when the heart is full of happiness. This world is beautiful, lovely, and happiness is felt from small things. Happiness is not about your position or title, but about being loved and cherished wherever you are. Happiness is not about how much money you accumulate, but about whether you do what you love every day. Happiness is not about how beautiful your wife or how successful your husband is, but about the brightness of your spouse's smile. Happiness is not about how large your house is, but about how many laughs fill your home. Happiness is not about driving a luxurious car, but about knowing how to drive safely to return home safely. Happiness is not about eating delicious food or wearing beautiful clothes, but about having fewer misfortunes and illnesses. Happiness is not about the enthusiastic applause when you succeed, but about someone telling you, "Hey, keep going," when you feel the most exhausted. Happiness is not about how many sweet words you hear, but about when you are sad and tearful. Someone tells you, "It's okay, I'm here with you." Happiness is not necessarily about going to the temple every day to seek peace, but about building a quiet temple within your own soul amidst the bustling life. Happiness is something you know how to cultivate. Big matters turn into trivialities, small matters look like clouds and smoke. My heart is vast beside life, recognizing suffering. Joy comes from joy we often hold tightly in our own world's embrace. That joy cannot spread to the horizon, to all living beings. Because suffering we often push away, cannot be expelled, suffering strikes back into the heart. Accumulated over days, I become weary, blaming life for the lack of empathy. Sadness shares a withdrawn soul. The whirlwind of protecting joy fades, sharing joy, flapping wings in all directions. The heart adds suffering because I nurture worries about life. Peace comes from knowing how to love, that joy is as vast as the heavens and earth. That sadness is like an ocean even deeper than the abyss, welcome it. Joy doesn't cling and sadness exists widely. Life has both sweet and bitter nectar, days with rain and sunshine, dates where souls feel like mountains, reflecting on the river, calm and serenity. Boats glide between joy and sorrow. I fear many shadows within my heart, losing fame and fortune. I consider not yet lost. If someone asks me what I hate the most, it's losing peace. If there's no love, no hate, no compassion, love and hate remain innocent like children. If someone asks me about true love, it's about knowing patience, accepting each other, loving without binding, making the other struggle, happily sharing a quilt, suffering together. If someone asks me what I'm most grateful for, it's obstacles, life's hindrances, the wind that helps people return early. If someone asks what disappoints me, it's dreaming of changing life. If I knew how to change myself, it's important to see the world beautifully and purely. If someone asks me about my hopes and dreams, I hope to broaden my heart. Today I'm grounded, shrinking myself, living a vast life, loving the things I cherish. I have learned from life. I have learned that sometimes we have the right to be angry, but that doesn't mean we have the right to be cruel. I have learned that if you don't control your emotions, they will control you. I have learned that building trust takes years, but it only takes seconds to destroy it. I have learned that you can't make everyone love you. All you can do is become someone others can love. The rest depends on the other person. I have learned never to count the things you acquire in life, but to count how many friends you have in life. I have learned that true friendship continues to grow despite distance. True love is the same. I have learned that to live happily, you must forgive. Know how to forgive others. Still not enough, you need to know how to forgive yourself. Among these, the first thing I cherish most, sometimes we have the right to be angry, but that doesn't mean we have the right to be cruel. Many times in life, I have been made angry by others. Numerous times I intended to retaliate for the anger, but in reality, doing so only makes me more wicked. Whatever can be forgiven, just forgive it. After getting angry, don't hold grudges. Venting silently within your soul is what's important. Before deciding to say something, we should learn to be gentle, listen before criticizing, laughing off. We should look back, self-criticize. Life lessons teach us that our partners teach us to know that many failures make us appreciate courage. Many conveniences make us appreciate tolerance. Many thorns make us appreciate generosity. Meeting many types of people makes us appreciate friendship. Many bumps make us appreciate honesty. Many successes make us appreciate letting go. Many flaws make us appreciate sincerity. Many bonds make us appreciate freedom. Many sufferings make us appreciate joy and liberation. Every day we should learn to forget things that make us unhappy. Learn to leave behind regrets that make us weak. As long as there's still tomorrow, everything is still possible. Human life lasts how long? Let us be thankful for being alive, for being able to feel the fragrance of flowers, the sweetness of fruits in this life. No matter how strong you are, sometimes you are weak. A kind word exchanged, a magical faith may have moments of emptiness, lack of support. Sitting atop the peak of happiness means love and understanding need sharing and empathy. Suddenly realizing, no matter whom you meet, that person will appear in your life. Everything is absolutely not random. That person comes and will bring you a lesson, a feeling, a mark. When a boat reaches the head of the bridge, it must straighten its course. When reaching the end, a path will naturally open. Similarly, no matter where you have to go, that is where you need to be. Experience what needs to be experienced. Meet who needs to be met. The pine and cypress trees, any shady place that needs visitors, still remain green all year. The green leaves in the morning amid frost and cold winds do not need friends to bloom. At the right time in spring, everyone must overcome a period without help, without support or caring inquiries. But only in this way can one be resilient in overcoming desolation in life. There's no such thing as unfairness, only an unhappy heart. Don't blame, resent, but be calm with everything. Seeing everything like smoke and clouds, you will realize that human life ultimately is like a passing breeze, rising and then vanishing, born from dust and finally merging into dust. Ideals sometimes are like a candle lighting up, then extinguishing. Feelings like rain pouring, then drying up. Friends are like a gathering cloud, then dispersing. Sorrow is like a drink that makes you drunk, then sobers up. Loneliness is like a star after sparkling, then extinguishing, like a rhyme. The moon rises, then becomes silent. 100-year-old age is like a tired dream. After 100 years, it's time to sleep forever. End of life on earth, only blessings and karma remain beside this life, fame and fortune. Relationships suddenly turn to bubbles, drifting away once breaths fade. What remains is love. Accept the truth that within us there is both mud and lotus, both demons and angels. Don't reject demons nor abandon angels. Within us there is both black and white. Don't reject black to chase white, because black accentuates white, because mud nourishes the lotus. This means you should never reject weaknesses or past mistakes, because no progress and perfection come from fleeing and denying the past. Everything that comes to each person has its own meaning, is a gift for growth and perfection. Therefore, embrace everything with gratitude and appreciation, and then use the power to transform yourself to crush all the trash into nutrients to nurture trees, so that trees bloom, have fragrant stems, and sweet fruits. After that, you can taste the sweetness of happiness, joy, and exuberance in your heart. Knowing how to give will always remain. Holding tightly to loss makes people forget. Giving a little allows you to feel regretful. Saving a little is okay, but don't be overly calculating with money. Those who habitually overvalue money will sooner or later become slaves to money. Being lazy, changing a little is okay, but never always sluggish. Tasks should be done diligently, with some dedication, so as not to miss or neglect social responsibilities. Being a little ambitious is fine, but definitely don't be overly aggressive. Don't let false intentions turn you into a demon. Being a bit smart is good, but definitely don't think of yourself as cunning while others are foolish. Otherwise, the world will only have one foolish person, and that is you. Being a bit tolerant is good, but don't let others look down on you, exploit your tolerance, and continue to make mistakes. However, we should always maintain our own rules and self-respect. Being a bit naive is better for happiness than being too smart and getting tired from personal ambition. Being a bit foolish allows you to deal with emotions calmly. There's a saying that foolish people have the blessing of foolishness. It doesn't mean that your intelligence is low or slow to understand, but that you have part of insight and part of serenity toward life. Opportunities will attach to them, allowing them to seize and do well. For things that cannot be achieved, they can smile and let go. For emotions that cannot be reached, they let go gently. People who are somewhat foolish have hearts that are broader, easily satisfied, and open-minded. Being a bit foolish means not competing with others, making life more free. Being a bit foolish is actually better than over-calculating, which tires yourself out. For those who seek small gains, foolish people don't hesitate to yield a bit to those who crave external appearances. Foolish people don't hesitate to praise a few words to those who like to boast and flatter. Foolish people remain silent, distance themselves, and ignore them. It's not that they don't see the flaws, but they don't want to speak them out. Foolish people can often be tolerant and sympathetic to others' feelings. True happiness is very simple. It just needs to know when to let go. Not competing is a form of intelligence, also a form of compassion. Letting go of yourself is also letting go of others. Being a bit foolish is not at all disadvantageous. Not demanding too much from relatives makes the family harmonious. Not arguing too much with a lover makes the relationship last longer. Not calculating and scheming with friends makes the friendship stronger. Being a bit foolish, learn to make your life joyful, not impatient, not over-competitive. How many smart people have been harmed by their own intelligence? From now on, be a bit naive, foolish, and not let sentimental and worldly matters trouble your heart. This way, you can remain peaceful in life, reach the realm of enlightenment, and be free. A heart like the sun spreads evenly everywhere, rain all over the vast directions, love like the wind blowing in countless directions, living without stubbornly loving. Life begins as a sheet of paper. Life starts from there. Suffering and joy lurk behind. We enter life and spend years diligently with books, striving for a piece of land, gasping, arranging husbands and wives. A sheet of marriage paper. From then on, souls are intertwined, trapped in the household, battling and struggling through countless hardships. A sheet of money must be paid in full before reaching prosperity. To look closely and sideways requires many group efforts through praise. Oh, the excitement of honor is just a bit of fleeting glory, who applauds forever into old age. Only when in the doctor's office do you hold a blank paper in your hand, sighing that from now on, each day will be suffering. Thinking that a sudden bill appears, decades on earth, yellow papers fly all over the city, few awaken, letting go of the papers placed on life's values. What are eyes doing to have to be like that? Feet worn out going back and forth, chasing shadows to find prey leisurely, neck laughing and smiling to live simply in the present, day by day soaring souls, awakening. Which piece of paper is real when breath falters? All are just games because humans create relative and illusory things in life. Fragile people who let go cannot run around blindly. Those who know how to face life, like a play where each person must alternate many roles from children, siblings, spouses to the roles of parents. Understanding each role and flexibly using different mindsets to live with different statuses will make your life lighter, easier to welcome joy and happiness. Facing parents, open your heart. Parents have given us life forever, caring and loving us unconditionally. Don't be irritated by old age or parents nagging. Confide your worries to them, and you'll realize that their life experience and advice will help you broaden your vision. Facing children, don't confine them with strict rules as parents. Authority and love must go hand in hand to effectively raise children. For your children's bad behaviors, firmly say no, but on the other hand, you need to talk to them as equals. Let children have choices, not always follow rigid frameworks you set. For example, saying, "Now you go to sleep" or "sleep in 10 minutes" is more effective than parents commanding to sleep immediately. 2. Facing your spouse, show vulnerability. Family is not a place for power struggles or a trash can to vent all frustrations. A warm home needs to be nurtured with gentle emotions and mutual respect. When you're tired, show vulnerability to your other half. Share your pressures and frustrations so the other half knows you need understanding and comfort. By doing so, both will care and love each other more. 4. Facing work, accept challenges. Working is a role that requires rationality and maturity. Therefore, we cannot choose work tasks based on our likes or dislikes. In any work environment, everyone needs to accept difficulties, be ready to learn, be progressive, harmonize with others, and train themselves to become better each day. 5. Facing friends, completely relax. Each of us has a few close friends. In front of them, you don't need to hide your sorrows or pretend to be strong. When you're in a bad mood or facing difficulties, arrange to meet a few friends or call them to chat and share. Sharing life's joys and sorrows will help both sides feel more cared for and supported. 6. Facing yourself, take off the mask inside. Everyone has weaknesses. If your inner self isn't cared for, then your happiness is only superficial. Caring and loving yourself is a boost for your soul. When you're tired or upset, instead of forcing a smile to everyone, give yourself a temporary quiet time. Take off the mask to regain your calm. The mind is the master of the house. The body is the tool that reflects the true essence. Warmth is not when you sit close to the stove, but when you sit in an atmosphere of love and warmth. It's not about wearing many layers of clothes, or when it's raining, covering yourself with a coat to stay warm. It's about living harmoniously, exchanging glances, empathizing with a burning spark of fire to push away gloom. Winter doesn't require knitting woolen sweaters to make life warmer. It's when you meet a good friend with a hot, fragrant cup of tea. It's not about receiving many gifts to feel the joy of warmth. When you're sorrowful, having a shoulder to lean on is more important than rubbing someone's back to make you feel better. Winter passes, life continues. Suddenly someone comes along, holding hands warmly even if it's cold outside, living happily despite hardships. Living in poverty is better than being externally warm and internally pure. Wealth still makes you lonely, while the seeds on the field remain lush in the heart. A person's happiness, or lack thereof, ultimately lies in the heart, not in the body. It's not about what you gain or lose each day that determines your mood. It's not others, but yourself. Each person's heart is like a field. Sow good seeds, and you will reap good fruits. Sow bad seeds, and you will reap bad fruits. If you can live each day happily, making your life naturally healthy like grass or blooming beautifully like flowers, then the entire natural world will congratulate you because happiness makes people charming and beautiful. Hatred, resentment, and suffering only make people uglier. Indeed, appearance is born from the heart, so a smile is a bright reflection of the soul, shining over all the seeds planted in the heart. If you have seeds of joy in your heart, the fruits will certainly be smiles. If you have seeds of sorrow, the fruits will certainly be pain. If you have seeds of blame, the fruits will certainly be resentment. If your heart is full of seeds of love, the fruits will certainly be tolerance. If your heart harbors evil, the fruits will certainly be downfall and corruption. There is a saying, we cannot change the weather, but we can change our mood. You don't need to feel troubled by rain. You don't need to avoid the sun. You also don't need to worry about sunburn, because the bright sunlight won't make you step into a muddy puddle. Oh, open the door once to let the vast world in. Welcome the sweet and peaceful dawn into every cell of your body and soul. Priceless gifts don't need to be bought. There are gifts you don't need to buy but are extremely meaningful and valuable when you give them to friends, family, and yourself. The gift of listening. Truly listen, share others' pains, confide, and share joys and sorrows with others. Listen not only with your hands, but with your entire heart. The gift of concern. Spend time caring for family, friends, and colleagues. Treat their problems as your own. Let everyone feel your love through the actions you show daily. The gift of smiles. Smiles are a silent language, but have the power to spread strength to others quickly. A smile doubles joy and lightens sorrow. Give smiles to everyone around you. The gift of compliments. Simple, sincere compliments like, "You look radiant today," "You did that very well," "Today's meal is wonderful," will boost others' spirits. The gift of creativity. Every day, perform a small surprise for friends and family. Surely you will receive interesting surprises from them as well. The gift of tranquility. Those moments when you truly just want to be alone and quiet. Cherish these precious moments and give the gift of tranquility to others at the right time. The gift of gratitude. The simplest way to express gratitude for others. Care and sharing is to say thank you with a sincere smile. These are priceless gifts that can bring joy to both the giver and the receiver. Nurture your life well before time runs out. Live wholeheartedly before life runs out. Accept these things to live peacefully. People often judge and chase external beauty before considering character. Most people value money, ignoring others' feelings or happiness. Often, the person you love the most can be the one who hurts you the most. Friendships have fragile boundaries in moments of joy. Only when faced with adversity do you realize who your true friends are. In this world, it's rare to meet those who love you forever like parents. Give a little love, open your heart, and you'll be filled with joy. A little yielding, looking away, listening makes the soul peaceful and the sky vast. A little forgiveness, letting go, tomorrow remains together, sharing tea with elders with a bit of sincerity, sending sorrows back with a glance, thanking the sufferings. See clearly to overcome, not to surpass failures. Failure is common. How many in life have never failed? But if you fail and can't stand up, the rest of your life will probably only be filled with complaints. The most successful people are often those who have fallen the most. The important thing is knowing how to stand up after falling. Don't stay there, silently blaming the part you are waiting for someone to come and save you from the hardships. Your life is determined by yourself. Whichever path you take is your choice. If you don't know how to stand up after falling, don't hope to go well. The future of life is full of promises. Not seeing yourself clearly, getting lost in loops, not seeing your own wounds after each struggle, not finding a peaceful place. Behind the bustling insignificance are the great sufferings of human life. People always think they understand themselves the best, but in reality, it's the opposite. Seeing the deepest part of your soul is the most difficult thing. In these reflections, life has many things that prevent you from seeing your own circumstances, not seeing yourself lost in a loop, not seeing the wounds after each struggle, not finding a peaceful place. Behind the noisy hustle, you also can't see the way forward. A whole human life is exhausted, tired, not seeing the joy after sorrows, not seeing the heart amidst the vast sea of people. The elderly regret the past. If you keep living in regrets, missing out on what you couldn't do or didn't have a chance to do, regretting fame, applause, victories, even though they are just fleeting glory, you will be tormented all your life. Yesterday was just a rainstorm, which eventually passed. Yesterday was also just a movie, watched and gone. Yet longing for the past means living another day, which means accepting that some things cannot be reversed. Some things cannot be changed. Some words cannot be taken back. Always longing for the past is like covering a layer of dark clouds over your current and future self. Fourth, not knowing how to let go. Not being able to let go of people and events that have passed. Not abandoning guilt from the past is like carrying a boulder on a long journey. It's truly suffering, truly tiring to let go here, not only of material possessions and money, but also of the heavy heart, the sorrows. If you can't let go of them, these kinds of doubts will gradually poison your soul, making you never have peace. Letting go is also the way Buddha teaches humans to cleanse themselves and return to their purest, most virtuous nature. As mentioned, not being able to let go is like a traveler on a long road still trying to carry a heavy boulder. How can you reach your life's destination if you keep clinging, bringing those burdens and constraints along? Life is not an ocean of suffering. We create suffering only when our perspective changes and our souls radiate light. Understanding that each person's life is like a book. There are sad pages, happy pages, suffering pages, and joyful pages. Be strong every day. Turn a page. If every page is the same, the book has nothing interesting. There must be this page, that page, so that the range of your emotions can fully develop. Going through suffering makes you appreciate happiness more. Meeting or parting in life is all fate, and being calm is the best thing. When young, happiness is very simple. Growing up, living simply is the true happiness. To not waste your efforts in this life, do work, meditate, and love what is good. Meditation always brings happiness to yourself and others. Ordinary people, when about to reach happiness, are excited and enthusiastic, but once achieved, they worry and feel uneasy. Life has nothing absolute. There is always compensation. If you have more, your responsibilities increase. Human life is like the sun, sometimes very bright, sometimes pitch dark. Human life ultimately has only 2.5 minutes. 1 minute to smile, 1 minute to sigh, and half a minute to love. Human life is neither long nor short. It should be cherished and let go when necessary. There are some people you can never forget because you don't owe them anything, and others you must forget because they're not worth remembering. Don't trust your eyes too much because sometimes what you see is what you wish for, and what you dislike is what you overlook. We all think we control our lives, but forget that life requires much consideration. No matter how many difficulties you face today, keep believing that only yesterday cannot return, and tomorrow will surely come. Don't cry over the past. Those moments are gone. Don't despair over tomorrow. There are still foggy moments. Each new day, stop today, live now, fully happy. Being a good speaker isn't easy. It's hard to inspire thousands of hearts with right reasons or manage your mouth and tongue. Just keep a kind heart and be a good person. Follow your own path, and that's enough. No matter how well you live, there will be those who praise you and those who criticize you. No matter how successful you are, there will be people who comment. Beauty has 100 styles, but you can still show your color, spread your fragrance without hesitation. Everyone has their own lifestyle. Why not support each other, rise together, instead of constantly lowering, pushing each other down to gain something? Right and wrong, must be good and bad are due to different perspectives of people. The important thing is not necessarily to be better than those distinguished ones, but that among those distinguished ones we surpass the superiority without stubbornness in our own hearts. Innately, our eyes and hearts are bright. Today, shout to transform blindness and not see clearly. Nature seeks us a resting place amidst the chaos of sun and rain. Reverse the flow of life and death. Seek a route sufficient enough. Hide the familiar paths to go home. Tired feet, passion has waned. From oblivion, step out of a region of karma and destiny. Find a true route to enter. Suddenly lose your place. Emptiness. 1. Be content with what you have. Be happy with everything as it exists. Recognize that everything is not lacking, and the whole world belongs to you. 2. When you are content with yourself and do not compare or compete, people will respect you. 3. When you let go of your ego, you become your true self. 4. If you realize that everything changes, there's nothing you need to cling to. If you are not afraid of death, nothing will prevent your success. The best leadership is when people are aware of your existence. When your work is done, the goal is achieved, people will say, "We have done it." Buddha's teachings. There are paths one must walk alone. Each person's journey is unique. Each person's life has two paths. One is the dream experienced by the heart, and the other is the reality walked by the feet. If the heart's perception cannot keep up with reality, the dream fades. If the feet move too slowly, the dreams drift away. In this world, nothing is more uncomfortable than knowing that someone you love has turned their heart towards another while still being foolishly promiscuous. Every meeting and parting has its destined cause. Following this leads to peace, which is the most beautiful thing. When someone is beside you, being able to bring them peace is already a great success. In childhood, happiness is very simple. Growing up and living simply is true happiness. To ensure that you have not wasted a lifetime here, do what you want to do and love what you want to love. Human life is full of expectations, leading to disappointment. Lofty dreams fade away when not realized. Holding too much makes it hard to embrace. Some people are unforgettable because they are unworthy to forget, while others must be forgotten because they are not memorable. Also, do not rely solely on your instincts and eyes, for what you see might be what you desire, while things you dislike might have been overlooked. In reality, being misunderstood does not result in loss. Those who misjudge others truly miss opportunities. We all think we are in control of our lives, forgetting that life requires the cooperation of many people. Do not lose sight of what you have in pursuit of something that jeopardizes the long-term future. Relying on others' help never ensures sustainability. Human life is very short. There is no time to dwell on regrets. Do not be overly concerned with people or things that upset you, even for just a minute. If there is no final result, smile and continue moving forward. When you notice someone close, remember to give your loved ones a bit of warmth amidst life's storms. Cultivate a bit of optimism. If you know how to face life skillfully and harmonize everything, gradually joy and happiness will spread far and wide. Human life is not a race, but a journey. The importance lies in where the race is, while what matters in play is the scenery along the way. Your mood will affect the surroundings accordingly. In this life, there are two things we must do. One is to move forward, and the other is to stop. Are you using a positive mindset to accomplish them? A positive mindset is the best companion to keep you happy and healthy. When encountering situations, do not be angry. Avoid making hasty conclusions, especially when upset. Know how to put yourself in different positions to view things, making them bigger or smaller. Simplifying matters that are not complex should be handled gently. Never make simple things complicated. Maintain a sense of sufficiency. Most of life's troubles stem from futile comparisons. If you cannot handle someone, they must be forgotten because they are not worth remembering. Do not trust your instincts and eyes too much, as what you see may be influenced by your desires. When someone is by your side, when someone is beside you, being able to bring them peace is already a great success. In childhood, happiness is very simple. Growing up and living simply is true happiness. To ensure that you have not wasted a lifetime here, do what you want to do and love what you want to love. Human life is full of expectations, leading to disappointment. Lofty dreams fade away when not realized. Holding too much makes it hard to embrace. Some people are unforgettable because they are unworthy to forget, while others must be forgotten because they are not memorable. Also, do not rely solely on your instincts and eyes, for what you see might be what you desire, while things you dislike might have been overlooked. In reality, being misunderstood does not result in loss. Those who misjudge others truly miss opportunities. Living simply and embracing change. We all think we are in control of our lives, forgetting that life requires the cooperation of many people. Do not lose sight of what you have in pursuit of something that jeopardizes the long-term future. Relying on others' help never ensures sustainability. Human life is very short. There is no time to dwell on regrets. Do not be overly concerned with people or things that upset you, even for just a minute. If there is no final result, smile and continue moving forward. When you notice someone close, remember to give your loved ones a bit of warmth amidst life's storms. Cultivate a bit of optimism. If you know how to face life skillfully and harmonize everything, gradually joy and happiness will spread far and wide. Life is not a race but a journey. The importance lies in where the race is, while what matters in play is the scenery along the way. Your mood will affect the surroundings accordingly. In this life, there are two things we must do. One is to move forward, and the other is to stop. Are you using a positive mindset to accomplish them? A positive mindset is the best companion to keep you happy and healthy. When encountering situations, do not be angry. Avoid making hasty conclusions, especially when upset. Know how to put yourself in different positions to view things, making them bigger or smaller. Simplifying matters that are not complex should be handled gently. Never make simple things complicated. Maintain a sense of sufficiency. Most of life's troubles stem from futile comparisons. If you cannot handle someone, they must be forgotten because they are not worth remembering. Do not trust your instincts and eyes too much, as what you see may be influenced by your desires. On relationships and interactions. Every relationship has its destined cause between people. If you see others as bodhisattvas, they will be saintly people. If you view others as demons, they will become scary characters. It's like looking in a mirror. If you smile, you'll receive a happy face. If you frown, you'll see a sad expression. The same goes for friendships. If you treat friends with respect and kindness, they will respond gently and politely. However, disdain and harsh words will result in dissatisfaction and contempt. Therefore, in life, treat friends sincerely, treat family with affection, treat loved ones with tolerance, and forgive enemies. If you always maintain benevolent thoughts and treat everyone kindly, they will sense it and respond accordingly. When your heart holds good things, your quality of life improves. Appearance, mindset, and surroundings follow suit. A heart filled with kindness and goodness will manifest externally and spread around, leading to positive outcomes. Blaming others or holding grudges only harms yourself. Looking down on others does not drive them to despair, but only harms yourself. Holding on to grudges wastes your time. Cultivating inner peace and compassion. Raise your head to look at the vast sky and land. Being overly selfish means having no friends. A narrow heart only leads to exhaustion. Only love can create meaningful relationships and allow you to tolerate the entire world. When you have time, sit quietly and reflect on your mistakes. Do not comment on others' good or bad deeds. Words may not directly harm, but they can easily cause wounds. The evil deeds of the mouth are worse than slander, so be cautious with your speech and avoid unnecessary talk. Even when criticizing, maintain moderation. When accusing, do not overdo it. Keep some virtue in your speech, and when scolding others, do not be too harsh. Even if you are right, do not push others to their limits. Keep some tolerance and handle matters without being overly severe. Keep a path of retreat, accept others, and open opportunities for yourself. Empathy with those around you makes you more generous. A tolerant person knows how to use a kind heart, treat life wisely, and always respect and interact with others. A well-cultivated person demonstrates through a gentle attitude towards everyone and thinks of others, earning everyone's attention. If you respect others, life will respect you back. Using a gentle demeanor with everyone makes your heart naturally sincere. Without competition and conflict, there is no worry or fear. Open your heart fully to life. Let love bloom beautifully, like a lotus opening to the leaves, familiar with the rain of love, gently blending into the dawn's soul, then magnificently living in harmony. Do not let anyone's sadness burden you. By the end of life, smile as you have lived without regrets, keeping a joyful and compassionate heart, returning home with friends along the way without sorrow. In the evenings, after having lived so much, mornings, by not caring, you have endured countless grievances without needing to know about others' sufferings and hardships. What others pay attention to is the work you can contribute. So when facing storms, just remind yourself that passing through the marsh will let the sun naturally appear. Do not bother complaining in front of others, as they do not care anyway. Letting go of certain things can make you feel lighter. Suddenly, remembering someone can make you a little happy. Clear thinking will strengthen you. Being overly concerned with a problem will make you entangled endlessly. In reality, no matter how simple a matter is, overthinking makes it complicated. Just maintain a calm mindset and an open heart, and whatever comes will be simple and light. Living through life, time is too short for regrets. What's eaten is eaten, what's lost is lost, what's parted is parted, and there's no need to cling or force. Each person's life is merely a journey. Glory and wealth are like morning dew on morning glory flowers, born with nothing and leaving with nothing. Gain or loss is nothing. Just follow nature to be at peace. You may mean nothing to one person, but a priceless treasure to another. Know your own value to handle situations appropriately. Do not invite too many people into your life. Gaining loved ones teaches you to be thankful. Losing loved ones naturally teaches you to share. Meeting people who do not understand you over time teaches you to be tolerant. Meeting people you do not understand, if you have a heart, will teach you the art of understanding. Time is a one-way road that has already passed and cannot return. Life is sometimes very simple. Once you make a choice, do not regret it. People are often contradictory, wanting empathy but fearing others' judgments. In life, overthinking can cause headaches, and clear thinking can lead to heartache. If someone is determined, they will wait until the end. If someone is careless, just as you turn away, they quickly grab another hand. In reality, many people may smile at you, but very few truly care for you. If you've been hurt in the past, let it go decisively. Do not carry that burden into the future. Once a hand is lost, do not cling to it, and do not hope too much. Maturity means bearing some pain. It is not just about achievements, but also about sacrificing many things. Some paths can only be walked alone, with hardships that cannot be shared with anyone. Cherish those moments because we only have one life to live. Let go of distant illusions. Do not worry about the future. Do not dream of the past, and focus your heart on the present moment, which is peace. No matter how bad your mood is, remember not to show it on your face because no one wants to see it. No matter how tiring the work is, do not blame it. Breathe and remember that no one else can do it for you, and circumstances require enduring hardship. Do not complain about difficulties because no one has excuses. When given money, even if disappointed, do not be petty. Think of your parents' expectations and continue to strive. Even if you are frustrated, do not give up because the problem is not the work but yourself. Cherish every choice you make, even if it's difficult. Do not complain because everyone has their own matters and cannot help you forever. Be a bit stronger. Enjoy what you are doing even if provoked. Do not be pessimistic and lose your will, because no one is born able to solve everything perfectly. You must strive with each task one by one. Do not rush to think you are alone. Being truly alone means having no loved ones or friends who have never weathered life's storms. When faced with sadness or fatigue, know how to comfort yourself. If no one is worried, you must be stronger. If no one cheers you on, you must learn to soar alone. If no one admires you, remain graceful and interactive. Observe the grass at your feet, the trees by the road, and the leaves on the trees. Even a humble existence lives a vibrant life. Even the smallest life should not be underestimated, as no one can buy health. If you have time, admire the vast rivers and mountains to relax your spirit. Do not be too harsh on the things around you, as everything exists for its own reason. Do not judge others, especially those you do not understand. We only have the right to respond to those we love around us. When angry, do not talk, because later you might regret the words you blurted out. Forgive those who have hurt you, but do not give them a chance to reoffend. No matter how difficult or confusing life is, do not lose your confidence, because beautiful things are ahead. Whether your character is noble or utterly corrupt, remember to treat your parents with kindness, because someday they will grow old. Do not forget those who helped you. Do not hate those who once let you down, and never deceive those who trust you. Even a tall umbrella cannot avoid bends. No matter how splendid a person is, they cannot forget the gratitude of a lifetime. Remember those who lent you money when needed, those who supported you in difficult times, those who shared when you were in pain, those who cooked and prepared medicine when you were sick, those who genuinely loved you even when you had nothing, and those who patiently guided you when you knew nothing. If you always remember gratitude, you will win people's hearts. Those who are loved by others will be respected, and those respected will have character in life. In daily relationships, everything has its destined cause between people. If you see others as bodhisattvas, they will be saintly people. If you view others as demons, they will become scary characters. It's like looking in a mirror. If you smile, you'll receive a happy face. If you frown, you'll see a sad expression. The same goes for friendships. If you treat friends with respect and kindness, they will respond gently and politely. However, disdain and harsh words will result in dissatisfaction and contempt. Therefore, in life, treat friends sincerely, treat family with affection, treat loved ones with tolerance, and forgive enemies. If you always maintain benevolent thoughts and treat everyone kindly, they will sense it and respond accordingly. When your heart holds good things, your quality of life improves. Appearance, mindset, and surroundings follow suit. A heart filled with kindness and goodness will manifest externally and spread around, leading to positive outcomes. Blaming others or holding grudges only harms yourself. Looking down on others does not drive them to despair, but only harms yourself. Holding on to grudges wastes your time. Building bridges and embracing empathy. Compassion is like a bridge with two ends, serving as the pathway. Without bridges, one cannot move from one side to the other. Empathy is like an umbrella that makes those standing underneath feel protected. If you deny these things, the world becomes extremely cold. Understanding helps us step out of darkness into new landscapes, like crossing a bridge to reach a main road. The worries and gloom within the heart dissolve into nothing in the miraculous journey of life. Meeting each other is already a destined cause. We should cherish it. Do not let anger sweep away all the beautiful affections, leaving behind late regrets. Because we all have sorrows, grievances, and many unmet desires, sometimes feeling like the world is dark, unconsciously sensing that human feelings are as fragile as paper. In reality, the sun is always bright, and the morning light shines every day. It's just that sometimes we stand in the shadows. Tolerating others is not weakness, but showing generosity, and is a smart choice. Let us build bridges together, spread umbrellas, empathize, and share the most beautiful aspects of life so that the world is always filled with the warm light of the sun. Life will surely have things that do not go as planned, and you will meet people who are not agreeable, making it impossible to mediate and overlook. You will live amidst complications and exhaustion due to different knowledge, perspectives, and personal development, leading to different ways of perceiving and handling problems. Because sometimes there are clashes, conflicts, or contradictions, these are normal. In such times, let forgiveness become a style of cultivation, like an umbrella that protects you as you move forward in storms. Forgiving others sometimes requires a bit of help, a generous heart, or something practical. It is not weakness or cowardice, but to make your path wider and more open. Life is like the sky. It cannot always look clear for you to be happy. Sometimes it will be cloudy, causing you sorrow. Life cannot always provide you with luck and happiness. Sometimes it will force you to taste bitter and sweet dust. Therefore, open your heart, cultivate the habit of forgiveness, walk past people and things that make you upset. No matter how many regrets or fatigue, luck or misfortune, what has passed is all past. Once it has passed, let it go to have peace in your heart. No matter how excellent you are, how many trials you face, how many failures you endure, if you have done your best, there is nothing to regret. Human life has many things to do alone, many things only you can feel. A broad heart makes the path open, a narrow heart makes it hard to relate to others. So think of kindness, do not overemphasize logic alone, embracing the seasons of life. A year has 4 seasons, spring, summer, autumn, and winter, rotating in sequence. But human life does not turn back. It can only sow seeds once and then harvest the fruits. Why not strive to make the best harvest? Human life is also limited to 3 days: yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Yesterday is like flowing water, flying away and cannot return. Today, although you are here, is also gradually stepping into the past. Tomorrow will come, but will also pass. Just realizing that 1 year passes with one blink, turning your back ends a lifetime. Only by letting go of yesterday and cherishing today will tomorrow not come. In regret, many lifetimes spent only using emotions to live easily fall into tragedy. But if overly logical, you become dull, having no bends and nothing to restore without worries. How can life be called life without the bitter and sweet? Life cannot avoid the warmth and coldness of human relationships. Everyone has a life with ups and downs, fortunes and misfortunes, and must face suffering. Everyone desires to cherish relationships without abandoning or leaving. Some things, when seen clearly, feel lighter. Some people, when understood deeply, no longer bother you. Being human often means not being too transparent, as sometimes even with full heart and effort, you are still blamed. Just be carefree and unconcerned. Nothing will burden you. Just cherish the person before you and do your job well. Be sincere and have no shame in your heart. Everything will have its deserved cooperation. On personal growth and integrity. Being human, having a little less money is okay, but do not let poverty weaken your will. Do not let a lack of money limit your vision. Even if you cannot achieve glory, strive to be a useful person. Your appearance may not be attractive, but do not let your inner self be ugly. A good heart does not depend on the exterior, but originates from within the soul. Being human, being slightly short is fine, but do not let your soul be gloomy. Truly, no one likes narrow-minded people. Even if you are small and thin, a kind heart can comfort countless people with warmth. Being human, being a bit weak is okay, but do not let your spirit be feeble. Weak people are often pessimistic and lack self-esteem, so you must cultivate a courageous spirit, have your own opinions, and be confident. Being human, being a bit slow is fine, but do not let your mind be muddled. Always remember to keep your mind clear to see far and wide. Being human, being a bit impatient is okay, but definitely do not become overly aggressive to disguise yourself as a demon. Otherwise, if not you, then who will enter hell? Being human, being a bit clever is fine, but definitely do not consider yourself exceptional while everyone else is a slave. Otherwise, this world will have only one loser, you. Striving and perseverance. Being human, being a bit lazy is okay, but never be someone who is lazy all day long. Tasks that need to be done should be done thoroughly, with a bit of dedication. Do not want to be a parasite clinging to society. Being human, being a bit frugal is fine, but do not be overly greedy for money, otherwise you will develop the habit of judging others by their money. Sooner or later, you will become a slave. Being human, being a bit tolerant is good, but do not let others take advantage of your tolerance and continue to make mistakes. In any case, you should maintain your own principles and self-respect. Being human, being a bit miserable is fine, but do not let misery persist without a way to escape. You must learn to rise. Many beautiful things come from patience, not from grabbing things. You should have patience if you do not want to miss happiness. Enjoy all the big and small things that arise in life, because tomorrow, when you rest, you will truly realize their value. They are all very important. Many things you will only realize their value when they become memories. Whether you truly have time or not is not an issue. If you are destined, even if you meet again, each person will go their own way. Perhaps a person needs to go through many roads, experience many glories and hardships to mature. When you see someone clearly without saying it, you will understand the meaning of forgiveness. Not liking someone without turning around, you will feel the height of respect. A mature person is not because they have lived long, traveled everywhere, and experienced many things, but because they know when to let go or be tolerant to limit the struggle for possessions. Everyone has endured different pains, not because they have passed them that they no longer feel, but because they know that speaking out will not solve anything, only make themselves weaker. Some wounds cannot be ignored. We understand that we can only face them silently, and they will naturally become peaceful. Embracing impermanence and inner strength. Maturity is being able to keep a full smile while transforming suffering into happiness. No matter how terrible the current life is, you need to face it courageously. Do not think about avoiding or cursing fate. Each person's life only has a short or long span. Each day, each continuation, whether sad or happy, each stage of life a step backward or forward. No one is perfect. No job is flawless. When dealing with petty people, do not overthink, because overthinking only adds complications. When dealing with complex matters, do not worry too much, because worrying only makes you more tired. The world is vast, and human hearts are turbulent. How can you not encounter petty people? The depths of the dust, the ups and downs of the world. How can you not encounter troubles? Think moderately, look briefly, and remain calm. Just keep a calm heart, unlock your worries, and smile gently. Without the sun, listen to the wind blowing, watch the rain falling. Without fresh flowers, breathe in the fragrance of the countryside. Without applause, enjoy the quietness alone. Time rotates, years change without ever blaming. Do not complain, do not be sad, do not overthink, keep your heart straight, and walk lightly on the path. Cherish sincere feelings, maintain a positive mindset. When you need to restrain, take a deep breath to change the atmosphere. Face difficulties calmly, think, and change your perspective. When encountering failure, try again to restore confidence. Learn to face yourself, open up to life, cultivate the habit of forgiving mistakes so each day passes in peace. Use a humble attitude to work, take a sincere heart to be human. Half a lifetime, I understand impermanence. It is a common truth, and we are just leaves in an infinite forest of humanity. If there is one eternal thing, it is change. Nothing remains unchanged. In this world, whatever happiness you think you have must be beside each other. Even if two different worlds, still happy, vibrant hearts do not depend on the years but live by how much you live. It is the way you have lived each day, how many half-lives you have been awake, understanding the nature of existence. No one truly knows human life is finite, complete yet still lacking. A person lives wrapped in years, fading pages, emotions drift. Just realize and reflect, all pains fade away. The half-life journey to enlightenment. Half a lifetime I have learned. Ups and downs by destiny, times returning to old places, gently sorrowful feelings. When enlightenment appears amidst the black and white separations of the world, smile and face it, live with a heart void of attachment towards the world we arrived in. Existence has only two major acts, birth and death. One act is completed, leaving only one, so there is no need to rush things that are destined. Evil ends and then dissipates. Waiting or hoping yields nothing. The wise do not live by their words, and the world is not afraid of the gaze of all under heaven. Just understand your own heart, observe your own good and bad, and repeatedly make corrections as a form of cultivation. The greatest loss of life is having no support, the spirit not knowing where to direct, whether you are aware or not, whether you admit it or not. But if your heart holds only good things, nothing can make you upset. If your inner self is truly kind-hearted, you will never resent anyone. If your way of living is truly simple, no matter how chaotic the world is, it cannot affect you. Being a good person means being healthy, peaceful, and having restful sleep. Doing good means the heavens understand the earth and gods respect you. If you do not doubt, the world will not be cold. If you do not discriminate, the world will not be extravagant. If you do not sell your fate, the sky will always be warm. If you do not cause trouble, the four seas will remain peaceful. True tranquility is not about sitting still for hours, but knowing how to use a calm mind, observing all things quietly, listening to the sounds of blooming flowers and growing grass. Stability and sustainability come from within. Longing or seeking externally will never be fulfilled. Human beings strive all their lives, and in the end, when they leave, they cannot take even a blade of grass or a leaf. Even if they prolong a life, in the end, they cannot take anything with them. Glory and love have already been born, whether rich or poor, they will walk their path until the end. Then everyone must say goodbye. So when you have the chance, live wholeheartedly, cherish those you need and love. Do not chase superficial worldly standards. A lifetime is actually very short. Many who promise to live 100 years quickly become too rigid, while others simply become friends. Deep friendships are already yin and yang, separated. So when you have the chance, do not create regrettable incidents. Do not think too much. Do not be overly cautious. Do not hope for too much. What appears in life can only be experienced, not possessed, because we are just travelers who will one day have to say goodbye. So things that pass should be faced calmly and open your heart to receive what is coming. Rejoice. The way of daily life. By not caring, you have endured countless grievances without needing to know about others' sufferings and hardships. What others pay attention to is the work you can contribute. So when facing storms, just remind yourself that passing through the marsh will let the sun naturally appear. Do not bother complaining in front of others, as they do not care anyway. Letting go of certain things can make you feel lighter. Suddenly remembering someone can make you a little happy. Clear thinking will strengthen you. Being overly concerned with a problem will make you entangled endlessly. In reality, no matter how simple a matter is, overthinking makes it complicated. Just maintain a calm mindset and an open heart, and whatever comes will be simple and light. Living through life, time is too short for regrets. What's eaten is eaten, what's lost is lost, what's parted is parted, and there's no need to cling or force. Each person's life is merely a journey. Glory and wealth are like morning dew on morning glory flowers, born with nothing and leaving with nothing. Gain or loss is nothing. Just follow nature to be at peace. You may mean nothing to one person, but a priceless treasure to another. Know your own value to handle situations appropriately. Do not invite too many people into your life. Gaining loved ones teaches you to be thankful. Losing loved ones naturally teaches you to share. Meeting people who do not understand you over time teaches you to be tolerant. Meeting people you do not understand, if you have a heart, will teach you the art of understanding. Time is a one-way road that has already passed and cannot return. Life is sometimes very simple. Once you make a choice, do not regret it. People are often contradictory, wanting empathy but fearing others' judgments. In life, overthinking can cause headaches, and clear thinking can lead to heartache. If someone is determined, they will wait until the end. If someone is careless, just as you turn away, they quickly grab another hand. In reality, many people may smile at you, but very few truly care for you. If you've been hurt in the past, let it go decisively. Do not carry that burden into the future. Once a hand is lost, do not cling to it, and do not hope too much. Maturity means bearing some pain. It is not just about achievements, but also about sacrificing many things. Some paths can only be walked alone, with hardships that cannot be shared with anyone. Cherish those moments, because we only have one life to live. Let go of distant illusions. Do not worry about the future, do not dream of the past, and focus your heart on the present moment, which is peace. No matter how bad your mood is, remember not to show it on your face because no one wants to see it. No matter how tiring the work is, do not blame it. Breathe and remember that no one else can do it for you, and circumstances require enduring hardship. Do not complain about difficulties because no one has excuses. When given money, even if disappointed, do not be petty. Think of your parents' expectations and continue to strive. Even if you are frustrated, do not give up because the problem is not the work, but yourself. Cherish every choice you make, even if it's difficult. Do not complain because everyone has their own matters and cannot help you forever. Be a bit stronger. Enjoy what you are doing, even if provoked. Do not be pessimistic and lose your will, because no one is born able to solve everything perfectly. You must strive with each task one by one. Do not rush to think you are alone. Being truly alone means having no loved ones or friends who have never weathered life's storms. When faced with sadness or fatigue, know how to comfort yourself. If no one is worried, you must be stronger. If no one cheers you on, you must learn to soar alone. If no one admires you, remain graceful and interactive. Observe the grass at your feet, the trees by the road, and the leaves on the trees. Even a humble existence lives a vibrant life. Even the smallest life should not be underestimated, as no one can buy health. If you have time, admire the vast rivers and mountains to relax your spirit. Do not be too harsh on the things around you, as everything exists for its own reason. Do not judge others, especially those you do not understand. We only have the right to respond to those we love around us. When angry, do not talk, because later you might regret the words you blurted out. Forgive those who have hurt you, but do not give them a chance to reoffend. No matter how difficult or confusing life is, do not lose your confidence, because beautiful things are ahead. Whether your character is noble or utterly corrupt, remember to treat your parents with kindness, because someday they will grow old. Do not forget those who helped you. Do not hate those who once let you down, and never deceive those who trust you. Even a tall umbrella cannot avoid bends. No matter how splendid a person is, they cannot forget the gratitude of a lifetime. Remember those who lent you money when needed, those who supported you in difficult times, those who shared when you were in pain. those who cooked and prepared medicine when you were sick, those who genuinely loved you even when you had nothing, and those who patiently guided you when you knew nothing. If you always remember gratitude, you will win people's hearts. Those who are loved by others will be respected, and those respected will have character in life. Life is a unique journey for each person, filled with both dreams and realities. Embrace simplicity, cultivate inner peace, build compassionate relationships, and maintain a positive mindset. Cherish every moment, let go of unnecessary burdens, and strive to live a life of integrity and kindness. By doing so, you will find joy, fulfillment, and harmony in your personal journey.